What's up, y'all? It's Jordan with North American Adventures. Today you join me in Cedarville, Ohio as I explore Indian Mound Reserve, an area once inhabited by the Adena and Hopewell cultures between 100 BC and 500 AD. The park features hiking trails, Cedar Cliff Falls, and the ancient earthworks, as well as other outdoor recreation opportunities. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. The park is fairly large and encompasses 169 acres with over 8 miles of hiking trails. I began my journey from the east parking lot near Cedar Cliff Falls and decided to follow the rim trail before checking out the overlook. While the area has an ancient past, it also has historical identity and industry. In the late 1800s, the Hager strawboard mill was built in Cedarville. Processing produced a byproduct of contaminated high pH water, which was simply dumped back into Massey Creek and became detrimental to the surrounding environment. Pollution carried as far as the Ohio River. 3 collecting pools, which have since dried out but you can still see today, provided a space for water to sit while contaminants precipitated out over time. The rim trail mainly follows the 40-foot canyon rising from Massey Creek and ends at the junction between the upper and middle settling ponds and Gorge Trail. I turned around at this point, about 1.5 miles from the trailhead, so I could check out the falls. Cedar Cliff Falls was constructed in 1887 as a stone dam for Harbison Flour Mill, which sat just behind it on the south side of Massey Creek. The falls replaced an old dam that had been destroyed in a flood. The falls are approximately 30 feet wide and 40 feet high, depending on water levels at time of season. Construction cost about $115,000 in the 1800s, which would be over $3 million today. Although they are man-made, Cedar Cliff Falls and the overlook opportunities around the gorge definitely accentuate the beauty of the area. After I had my fill of the falls, I left the east parking lot and headed along US 42 East. I parked in the west parking lot to have easy access to the Williamson Mound and Pollock Works trails. However, they can also be accessed by taking the Gorge Trail as a connector. The Enclosure Loop and Pollock Works were first up on the trail list. The Enclosure Loop is encircled by the Pollock Works Loop Trail. The enclosure is a 12-acre plateau, once considered to be an island, as Massey Creek used to run around it, creating a natural moat. It is believed that the Hopewell Indian tribe played a role in the formation of this earthen enclosure as well. These people were active in the area between 100 BC and 500 AD. While its specific function is unclear, the site may have been used for ritual, community defense, or possibly housing animals. Archaeological studies conducted by Dr. Robert Riordan from Wright State University have revealed that the construction of Pollock Works appears to have taken place in 5 building stages over 2 centuries. There was also evidence of major fires across the plateau, possibly due to warfare. The Pollock Works Trail culminates at what is considered the Large Overhang. This rock formation was formed over time by the interaction of erosion rates between Massey Creek Shale and Gorge Dolomite. The spot was quite striking and serene, almost like a little oasis in rural Ohio, which I thoroughly enjoyed before continuing back towards the trailhead. Completing the 2-mile double loop meant I only had the main attraction left to investigate, the Williamson Mound at the northern end of the reserve. I was keen on pumping quickly through the 1-mile trail to see the mound before the sun dipped below the tree line. The mound stands about 30 to 40 feet high and 140 to 150 feet in circumference depending on sources. It's smaller than the Miamisburg Mound, which I had previously explored. Definitely check out the link to that video in the description below. Williamson Mound is believed to have been built between 500 BC and 100 AD by the Adena Indians. Commonly, Adena mounds were built in large open meadows close to water. In Greene County alone, there are remains of 27 different mounds. The mound was named after David S. Williamson, who donated the land in 1929 to the Ohio State Historical Society, but it has never been excavated. It's clear when ascending the mound that it offers quite an expansive view of the surrounding area rising well above the tree line. Perhaps this is complementary evidence, as some believe these mounds may have been used as lookouts. At the top, I could see the sun begin to set, looking due west over the horizon, which then allowed me to easily identify the other cardinal directions. This also seems like a decent place to mark the passage of the sun through the equinoxes and solstices, as the mound is tall, circular, and uniform in structure. At the base level of the mound, I was impressed by the slope maintained for well over 2,000 years of weathering and erosion. I like to imagine the mound as making a much more striking silhouette in its ancient past. I circumnavigated the mound one time counterclockwise to get one final impression, and then made my way back down the trail. The park does have a bit of a surreal feel to it, merging ancient indigenous culture with American industry in what is undoubtedly an aesthetic natural space. Add to that the leveling effect of modern agriculture, and you wonder what mysteries might have been excavated unknowingly or are still waiting to be found here. I exited the park around 4 p.m., heading to one last mound site about 20 minutes north of Indian Mound Reserve. To my surprise, this piece of ancient history created the central island to a suburban roundabout. The mound originally sat on farmland and was even used as part of a racetrack. Modernization in this area is evident, but I think the more interesting process here is the construction and intelligent survey capabilities of multiple ancient cultures over time. I'm truly excited to explore and learn about more of these sites throughout the Midwest and Southern United States. What was their purpose? Might more research speak truth to the existence of an even older culture in the Americas? I hope to understand more of our country's illustrious past. If you're visiting Cedarville, Ohio, or really anywhere in state, make sure to check out Indian Mound Reserve and these mound sites for yourself. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the bell for notifications down below. See you in the next one. Peace.